Hello children, for your science lesson this week I'd like you to try and make a paper horse that walks. Yes, you heard correctly. A paper horse that walks all by itself. It's science, and science can be magical. You will need a pair of scissors, a pencil, a ruler and some paper. Now the paper's quite important. It can work with regular A4 paper, but if you can get paper that's slightly thicker than the A4 paper that we have at school, it tends to work a little bit better. You will also need a slope for the horses to walk down, and I'll talk to you a little bit more about the slope later on in the video. Now first of all, you need to draw out your horse shape, and here I have on the screen a picture of it. So you need to draw a rectangle shape, 15 centimetres by 4.5 centimetres, and then you can see on the screen how you split it into each section. There are 4 legs and a head and a tail, and each section is only 1.5 centimetres in width. Have a look at this next video to find out how to cut it out correctly, how to make the head and the tail, and find out about the slope to use. So keep watching to find out more.
Remember, squeeze the scissors, move them along. And squeeze the scissors. And don't do the alligator chop chop because we'll make a sloppy cut. Cut all the way to the intersection and stop. Cut all the way to the intersection. Stop. Cut to the intersection. Stop. Cut to the intersection. Stop. Now, one little trick about this horsey, his feet need to be rounded on the bottoms. If you'll notice, the inside part is lower. This is the full length of the paper from here to here. There's a slant upward because the horse rolls left and right when he walks. So what we need to do is on this middle section here, we're going to start here and let this kind of round up like that and round up like that. Similarly, other side, we're going to leave the full length in the middle. We're going to let it round up on the sides. We don't round up too much because we don't want it to fall over. Like this. Take this piece here, trim it a little bit. Boom. Okay, now we need to score this paper. So rather that we want to make a nice sort of origami fold here, put it along the edge of the ruler, thumb on the line, scoring the paper, making a nice clean origami bend. Like that. Now, take his what will be his tail. Now this is more like a dog tail than a horse tail. Put your pencil there, hold the finger on it, give a little pull, like you get a little curly. Little curl coming up there. Now, then on his head, we're going to pull this up, pull the legs down, and it's like this right here. There he is. Now, what I'm going to do is just take this and I want to bend it straight down. So just sort of bend it on itself, bend the neck on itself like that. Whatever you think a good length for a horse head and neck would be, like this. And then, next thing, we're going to do what's called an inside reverse fold. So we'll take this, put a thumb right in the middle there, and we're going to fold this together upward the long way. Put the corners together of this top part here, put it a little bit past the fold. You can't put it all the way down to the bottom of his neck because this is spread out along this edge here. Okay, so put it like that, up this way. Now, next thing is this folds down here. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to take this and pull it. Watch this closely. We take this, pull it down, and fold it on itself like that. Fold it on itself. We've done this in some origami projects in art class. Take this, pull it out here, and then if you'll notice, I'm going to squeeze the sides a little bit. Okay, that's one way to do it. It's called inside reverse fold. Now you want to make sure that your legs are at the same at the same distance or same angle with respect to the body. So you'll just have to make those adjustments. All right, and there's our little guy right there. Okay, and we'll go ahead and test him out. If you'll notice, this leg's back a little bit. Move it in. And now we'll watch the little horsey take a walk. And let's let him walk with his friends too. Uh-oh, they're going to crash. To make the course for the horse, you just need an ordinary box lid or something like that, something sort of a flat plane. And I've taken 2 pieces of paper. These happen to be cardstock, but they can be any type of paper. They're taped on the back to give you a wide area, and then I've laid them on top of some books to give them an angle. You can experiment with the angle, experiment with the type of paper. The paper needs to have not too much traction, but a little bit. The box had too much. It tended to grab the legs. The paper works a little bit better. Now, here's the horsey going down the hill. There he goes.
Hello science fans! So, did you get the paper horses to walk? Well, congratulations if you did. That's fantastic. If you managed it, send us a video on Google Classroom. If not, maybe try it again next week. Good scientists always want to know how and why. So let's have a think about it. The horse's feet were curved, and the reason for this was so that they rocked from side to side. But what's the force pulling them down the slope? That force is called gravity. Here's a short video to tell you what gravity is.
Isaac Newton. Isn't he the guy who discovered gravity? Great. So what's gravity? Gravity is the force that makes objects fall towards the ground. And without gravity, we'd all float. You're right! The force of gravity is weaker on the moon than on the Earth, so here you can jump much higher. Gravity also acts between the moon and the Earth, and keeps the Earth in orbit around the sun. Fascinating stuff! And thanks for showing me the effects of gravity. It's clearly a very important force.
The surface that the horse walks on is very important. It needs to have enough friction, but not too much. But what is friction? Here's another video to show you.
You've got the golden armadillo! Quick, go before the dragon catches you! It could be here any minute. Why aren't you moving faster? Friction? You mean the force between the surface of the road and the skis? Oh, that's more like it. How come you're going so much faster now? There is less friction between the snow and the skis than there was between the road and the skis because snow is a smoother surface. And the less friction there is, the easier two objects slide across each other. So, just to be sure I've got this, smoother surfaces means you go faster because there's less friction between them, and bumpier surfaces means you go slower because there's more friction between them. Do you know, I'm not even sure this dragon's coming anyway.
Here is another way you can make a slope. And you can see here that the card that's been put on top is not too slippery, but also doesn't have too much friction. Really, really important in order to get your horses to walk down by themselves. Hopefully you'll have something at home that matches that. Try lots of different ways and see what works for you. I hope you had fun, science fans. Send us your videos, can't wait to see them. Bye!